This is the Angels POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Angels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Hello, Halo Nation. Hello, Halo hopefuls, and welcome back, finally, to the latest edition of the Locked On Angels postcast. Coming at you live, as always, not tonight right after, but here after every single Angels game, right here live on the Locked On Angels YouTube channel, and after the fact, both on the channel and wherever you get the Locked On Angels audio podcast feed. If you don't know who I am, what's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson, former credentialed journalist in the LA area, spent 4 years covering UCLA sports with the Daily Bruin, now in year 2 with the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every day. Our team is the Angels, and dare I say it, Steve's in here flaming me, saying it's a Mario Brothers hat. Let me pull it down a little bit more for you, Steve. A little bit better now, huh? What are we talking about here? It's an A-plus night, in my opinion, for the Angels. It really is, because the Angels pick up a win, 4-3 the final in Kansas City. Jo Adell is the greatest thing to ever walk on planet Earth. There's no other way to put it. And we get a great, very encouraging start from Kaden Dana as well. So you can't really ask for more than that. Obviously, Kaden Dana does not get the win, but back-to-back games with great performances from young starting pitchers, which is exactly, you see the Stephen A meme? This is exactly what I've been looking for. Exactly what I've been looking for. What we've all been hoping for. Exactly what we need is for young starting pitchers to look good, given the state of this rotation and us already looking forward to next year. Before we jump into this one, shout out to everybody in here. We've got Steve calling me Mario Faux Show after Nathan says Mario or Luigi. Apparently, Mihoko says Mario Brother. Obviously, we got the Super Halo Bros locking it down on the Daily Show, but I guess it is fitting that I've got the big puffy hat being a Mario Bro with the Super Halo Bros. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. You know I want to talk Kaden Dana, but there's only one place we can start today's show.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Jo Adell, my sweet, glorious Jo freaking Adell. The guy is on another planet right now, and he continues to get it done in the biggest moments when you need it most, right? We talked about the huge inning yesterday that was the huge, consecutive innings, but the scoring, the runs, it all started with the Jo Adell home run yesterday. Well, guess what? It starts and almost ends with Jo Adell once again. 3-run shot in the top of the 6th. And this is another case of, man, we're getting a great start from our young starting pitcher, and yet the offense has done nothing. We're not going to get him a win. We're going to lose this game despite it. It's going to be so frustrating and so disappointing. No. Jo Adell saves the day. Again, it starts with Zach Neto. You love to see that. A Zach Neto walk forces a pitching change. Yohan Moncada with a base hit. You love to see that. Another young guy, a young-ish guy, or at least a guy that you hope can be a part of the future. And then despite the 2-out, 2-on strikeout from Taylor Ward, great to see him out there still, by the way. Jo Adell, first pitch swinging again. And what did I say yesterday? I said the big difference from Jo Adell this year compared to last year. We got John in here saying that he loves to see Adell silence the haters with the amazing adjustments throughout the year. Larry says his career was on the line this year. Glad he's turned into a stud. Jo Adell, Noble Rain says, Jo Adell showing why he was a top prospect years ago. The turnaround from him is really cool to witness, right? And the main, not obvious, but one of the main things that people have talked about so much in terms of his improvements is his ability to go the other way, right? His ability to hit the ball to right center field, to hit the ball down the right field line. Of course, the strikeouts, they're a little bit down. They're still pretty high. The power is way up. the consistency of being able to hit the ball to the opposite field is certainly the biggest adjustment. But I'm going to keep saying it. I think the biggest difference from Jo Adell this year and past years is we know he has the strength, the bat speed, the swing, overall swing to hit the ball a long way when he makes contact. My biggest thing is he didn't take advantage of mistakes enough in years past. I don't have any stats to back it up. Maybe one of you can say, meh, 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 meh. But just from what I've seen, tell me if I'm wrong. It just feels like his ability to take advantage of mistakes this year, it truly feels like that's what's taken him to the next level. And it's no surprise that he's hitting a lot of first pitch home runs as a result. When he sees the pitch he wants and gets it, he's hitting the ball a long way this season. And tonight, another great example. I believe last night's home run was on a fastball right down the middle. Today, Schreiber, I believe the name, comes in. There's 2 on. There's 1 out. And the first pitch is a fastball right down the middle. And he gets all of it. 105.3 off the bat. 418 feet. He hit 454 yesterday, right? Jo Adell has the strength. He has the athleticism, the speed, the skill, all of it. He just got to take advantage of mistakes. Nobody's asking Jo Adell to hit 310. Nobody's asking Jo Adell to not strike out, right? When you get a mistake, if you want to be a slug first hitter, if you want to be a power hitter, just take advantage of the mistakes and you'll do just fine, right? You'll do just fine. And Jo Adell does it again tonight. 3-run shot to give the Angels the lead. Eventually, it was enough. We'll talk about that later in the show. But again, in case you forgot the stats, I'm going to read them to you again because it's gotten even better now talking about Jo Adell. In his last 7 games, 3 home runs, 3 straight games with a home run. Let's just talk about his last 3 games, right? In his last 3 games, the guy's had 12 at-bats. 12 at-bats. He's hitting 250 in terms of hitting home runs, guys. 3 home runs in his last 12 at-bats. Unreal. He's got 8 RBIs in his last 12 at-bats. He has 17 total bases in his last 12 at-bats. 7 hits, right? It's been unbelievable. The guy, to start the month of September, he was already having a solid, very solid end to the month of, a very solid end of the month of August, right? Where he had only 2 games since August 17th. Only 2 games where he did not, or 3 games, where he did not have a hit, right? He did not go back-to-back games without a hit since August 15th and 16th, right? So since the second half of the month of August and then the first 3 days here in September, he has been lights out. Lights out. And in these first 3 games of the month of September, 583 average, 583 on base percentage, 1.417 slugging. I don't even know what the OPS is, but it's probably a gajillion in his last 3 games, of course. And we certainly hope he can keep this going the rest of the season. There shouldn't be any doubt that we need this guy on this team now long term. The stats on the season look very impressive. 33 home runs. He wants to get to 40. He has a outside shot, but a shot of getting to 40. He will get to 35, and he will get to 100 RBIs, right? So when you talk about 35 home runs, 100 RBIs, and the average over 240, the OPS over 800, this is a phenomenal year from Jo Adell, and there's no other way to put it. The great news is all the excitement of Kaden Dana, which we'll get to, all the excitement of this Jo Adell home run, it could have been diminished. I still would have probably came in or said this is a B type of game, even if we lost this game, given what we got from Kaden Dana and Jo Adell. I would have given this game a B if we lost this game. Adam Frazier ties it with a double in the bottom of the 7th inning. But then, oh yeah, by the way, who gives the Angels the win? Jo Adell in the top of the 8th inning with an RBI single. He scores on Moncada, and that made it an A-plus game, an A-plus performance from Jo Adell to go with a solid performance from our young starting pitcher. This is an A-plus, plus outcome, right? And so people are going to come here, negative people are going to come in here and say, this guy's way too excited for a team that's 7 games under 500, way too excited for a team that hasn't made the playoffs since people on this planet were alive, right? People in this chat, were dead or not born yet the last time the Angels made the playoffs. I get all of that. But given the circumstances of the season being over, you can't ask for more than back-to-back wins, Jo Adell being a superstar, and getting back-to-back games with the starting pitchers playing well, young starting pitchers playing well. So, with all that being said, we're going to take our break. When we come back from the Jo Adell Glaze Fest, the Jo Adell postcast, we'll talk about Kaden Dana. We'll do that, and we'll talk about some other things as well after our break here on a victory edition. Man, it feels so good to say that. A victory edition of the Locked On Angels postcast. Oh, yeah, I'm also going to explain to you guys why I was so freaking late today. I'm sure you'll like to hear that. So we'll do all of that after our break here on the Locked On Angels postcast. Now, on this Wednesday, I've got 3 ads to read. So buckle up, folks. I'm going to do my best here. Today's show is brought to you by Upside. You know it by now, Angels fans. If you're paying full price for gas, you need to stop leaving money behind and get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code SEASON and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. You can make it up to $300 a year just from buying the gas you already needed. At first, I thought it was too good to be true, but it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app now using my limited time promo code SEASON for a limited time 25-cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code SEASON. Disclaimer, offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions. Today's show also brought to you by Gametime. There's nothing like catching a baseball game live, the energy, the crowd, the chance to see your team in person, but actually getting tickets, that's the tough part. Queues, login screen, surprise fees, it takes all the fun out of it. That's why I use Gametime, the app that gives the advantage back to fans. Gametime is fast, easy, and backed by the Gametime guarantee. You'll always get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time and at the best price. Plus, all fees are included, so the price you see is the price you pay, and you absolutely love that. I love that above all else. I also love the zone deals that they have where you just click the zone that you want, and it shows you the best seat in that zone. You don't got to waste your time looking at all these seats that you know you're not going to buy anyway. So download the Gametime app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Gametime today. Finally, today's show is brought to you by Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. But that's why there's Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Monarch is built for people with busy lives. If you've put off organizing your finances, Monarch is for you. It does the heavy lifting. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONMLB. Woo, we got through all of that, and we got to watch a great baseball game tonight. Angels 4, Royals 3. More importantly, Jo Adell, 3 straight games with a home run. The guy's 7 hits in his last 12 at-bats. He has 17 total bases in his last 12 at-bats. He's been absolutely unbelievable as of late. And Kaden Dana, who we're going to get to in a second, with a wonderful start. Before we do that, I know you guys like story time a little bit. I'm going to quickly explain to you guys why I'm so late. I live a busy, crazy, freaking life. And it's so ironic that Monarch Money ad is talking about if you live a busy life. Got my new job. Working for my dream team, my favorite team. I'm very lucky. I work in San Francisco. I got to be back home by 7 p.m. because I'm recording the Locked On Rams squad show that you guys, if you're a Rams fan, will see go up tomorrow at noon like it always does, right? We're with my man Brock. He lives in the East Coast or, southeast Texas. He's in the South. He's ahead of time, right? Whatever. I don't need to yap too much. More of the story, I had to be back home at 7 to record that show. Simultaneously, I'm sprinting from my office to a train in San Francisco to catch that train, to get home, or to get to the train station, to then drive home, to then record the Rams show. Mind you, I'm watching the Angels game while I'm recording the Rams show. I'm literally making the thumbnail while I'm watching the Angels game. The Rams show just ended 20 minutes ago, and that's why I'm live here right now. So I got to say, I say all that to say one thing. I come in here almost 40 minutes after the game ends, and yet there's 75 people in here live. Why? Because you guys are the absolute freaking best, right? The absolute freaking best. And so people, I'll be honest, I'm living at home right now. My parents, they haven't seen me. They haven't seen me since 10 p.m. last night. I'm stuck in my room. They're out there. And they're like, Gavin, why are you putting yourself through this? You have a job. You have a good job. You have an 8:30 to 5:30 job. You love it. Why are you racing home and doing this? Man, because of you guys. You guys are unbelievable, right? I truly do this because it's fun. You guys make it fun. And the fact that there's over 70 people in here, I'm getting sappy as heck. But I just got to say, thank you for being in here despite me taking so long to go live. And I appreciate you guys so much being in here despite the Angels being no good as well. But enough of me and enough of the yapping. Let's get to Kaden Dana, because Kaden Dana was very solid tonight. He really, really was. And I don't want to say that Mitch Ferris pitching the way he did yesterday made me a little nervous, but it did, right? I'm like, there's just no way. The Angels can't have nice things, right? There's no way that we're going to have Mitch Ferris pitch the way he did yesterday and Kaden Dana is going to pitch well today. Nice things don't happen to the Angels, but the nice things did happen, right? They happened to the Angels tonight because Kaden Dana gets through this start and looks pretty darn solid, right? And it certainly was not the case earlier in the season for him, unfortunately. In case you forget, April 4th, 3 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 hits. Not terrible, but not amazing, right? ERA counts as a 6 there. May 24th, 3 innings, another 3 earned runs, 3 hits, giving up a home run in both of his, I'm blanking. In both of his first 2 starts, he gave up a home run. Tonight, that's got to be the biggest difference, right? No home run, 2 hits and a walk. Not only does he not give up the home run, but this guy barely gave up base runners tonight. 2 hits in 5 innings. 1 walk in 5 innings. He did hit a batter, but still, I don't need to see 10 strikeouts. He had 4 in 5 innings. That's solid. But what I want to see is the control, the consistency, and that's exactly what he did. Exactly what he did. So you can't ask for much more, right? Again, it would have been nice to see him get the win, but the guy's 21. And so for him to, not have traffic on the bases, that's what I want to see. Now, sure, I do want to see him be put in situations where there is traffic on the bases to see how he reacts. Certainly, I do want to see that. Again, I think it's why Soriano has the potential to be one of the best pitchers in the American League. I still believe that because he has the ability with traffic on the bases to force a double play whenever he wants. But he still has the pitch repertoire and the talent to be a strikeout machine too. Kaden Dana, I want to see him in situations where there's traffic on the bases, see how he responds, because certainly with that frame, 6'4", 215, with the velocity, with the mix of pitches that'll eventually develop even more, he has all the upside, right? The question is, does he have the consistency, the resilience, the mental aspect as well, the pitching, not just the throwing ability to be able to manage traffic on the bases? And so we didn't really see that tonight because he was pitching very well. Again, it's a good problem to have. But still, that'll be the next step, is seeing how he reacts. He did have some trouble in the 3rd inning, of course, and it was because of how he started the inning, right? With the traffic, leadoff single, then a walk after that, sack bunt that was very well. The throwing error by Oswald Peraza certainly did not help as the Royals score their first run there. And then Mike Yastrzemski with a sack fly for the second run. But even then, right? Talk about some context, right? The guy, technically it's 2 earned runs, but you can at least say one of them does not happen if it isn't for the error from Oswald Peraza. Outside of that, Kaden Dana didn't really have much traffic on the bases, right? 1, 2, 3, 4th, 1, 2, 3, 5th, and then he's taken out in the 6th. It was a 1, 2, 3, 5th because of a double play, which you love to see. But yeah, again, I'm just very, very pleased with what Kaden Dana. I know people are saying it's Dana, not Dana. I've heard mixed things. I'm going to say Dana now that you said that. Kaden Dana with a great start. And there's no other way to put it. The bullpen saw it in this one as well. Brock Burke gets back to his very successful ways recently after that, struggle in the past. And in a recent game, right, with a scoreless 6th inning. Stevenson with a inning where he does give up a run. For a second, you're thinking it's going to blow the game. It's technically a blown save, but it's also a win. And then Andrew Chafin, a scoreless 8th. Reed Detmers gets the save, which is always fun. And oh man, I cannot believe it. Jay's in here saying that we're only 6 games back. I didn't want to talk about it. I really didn't want to talk about it because it's been a very fun, positive only show. And now I have to come here and be the downer. I did not want to talk about it, but I'll be the downer, unfortunately, and say, still don't think we're in any sort of playoff race. So don't get your hopes up there. You're saying watch us sweep the A's, even if they sweep the A's. No, I'm sorry. 187. I didn't say it tonight. I did not say it tonight. But again, we're going to wrap this one up. Shout out to you guys. You guys are unbelievable. The game ended an hour ago, and yet you're all in here. So you're the best. Appreciate the patience. Appreciate it. And just know that it's not me starting the show late for no reason, right? It is me doing everything I can. I very easily could have not done this show, given doing another show for this network, for an hour while the game is happening, not to mention everything it took for me to get here tonight. But I don't want to be sappy. I'm sorry. I'm sounding like a complainer. I'm saying it all to say, I want to do the show because you guys are unbelievable, and I appreciate you guys so much. Fingers crossed the Angels can keep things going tomorrow. People are saying the road to 500 starts today. People are saying that we are in this thing. JCH, I like that. We're in the get better race. I like that. Get better, improve, set yourself up for next year. And these last 2 games, win or lose, these last 2 games, they have done that. But now, the fact that you won those games as well, it is very nice. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. Then we do set up that weekend against the A's and then the Twins after that. Hey, maybe things do get interesting. Look at me already contradicting myself. But have a great rest of your Wednesday night. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Angels win, Angels win, Angels win. Take care.